Well, if one wants to bring a change in the education system, an entire process of planning takes place. So the planning of the education changes in the natives place, that's India, had to be done by the East India Company. Now, East India Company's decisions were directly to be taken under control by the Queen. So she had set up a board of directors, if you remember earlier also we had spoken about it. So after she set up this board of directors in London, these people chalked out an entire system as to how the change would come in the education pattern of the Indians. Now, when these board of directors sorted out the thing, they chalked out something called the head of that particular board of directors. The president was Charles Wood. This person was the president at that time of the committee of the board of directors. So the entire guidelines of the changes of the education policy to be taken in India, to be taking place in India, was under his jurisdiction. That is why that entire process, the set of guidelines, was called Wood's Dispatch. It was called Wood's Dispatch. Now, dispatch word over here means something sent for a particular purpose. And the purpose of these set of guidelines was to bring about a drastic change in the education policy of the Indians. So it was sent, after they formulated this Wood's Dispatch, it was sent to the Governor General of India to be implemented in India. Now, what was the basic aim of Wood's Dispatch? So the chalked out points were there, we'll highlight only the main points. Now, firstly, they were also of the opinion, the board of directors of East India Company in London also were of the opinion that the Orientalists were wrong and that process of education system needs to be revised and revived, both revised also and revived also. Now, how could they do it is the question. So the first thing they stressed on in the guidelines was to teach the people, educate the people about the importance of trade and commerce in their country. So when you would teach the people about trade and commerce, whatever availability of resources was there in India, the Indians could learn how to utilize them in a better way. So they wanted to train their minds to do best out of the resources what they had in their country. So the first thing was to bring about a knowledgeable change in the understanding of the trade and the commerce. Not only this, they wanted to introduce the European style of living in India. So they wanted to promote, they wanted to educate the people how the Europeans lived and what was the lifestyle, what was the thinking process. So when you would get impressed by that style of living, what would you do? You would change yourself in their ways, like I just said in my prior lecture, that they would change the mentality of the people to suit their own benefits. Now, how would they suit their benefits? Is when you would adopt a different culture, when you would put aside the Indian culture and adopt the European culture, the British goods demand would go up high. तो जैसे हम अभी खादी के कपड़े पहनते थे या धोती पहनते थे या कुर्ता पहनते थे, I would say, and now I want to wear a three-piece suit. The men would say, I would want to wear a three-piece suit, and the women would say, I would like a gown or a frock. So all the British goods demand would increase, not under duress, forcibly nay, but by bringing a change in the total mentality of the people, the way they used to live, the way they used to think, the way they used to dress. So all this, if they brought a radical change in the education would bring, then they would appreciate also the goods as well as be ready to pay a whooping amount for whatever they are buying. So that was one of the key features of Wood's Dispatch to promote the European culture. Now, one very I would say, a derogatory remark which the Woods Dispatch passed on Eastern culture was that Eastern culture had failed in developing the morality of a person. They were of the opinion, the Woods Dispatch was of the opinion saying that only and only the study of European culture or European methods of living a life can make a man honest and just. And they were of the opinion which that the Indian and the Persian side of education had failed in doing so. So they highlighted this point, saying that the morality of the Indians would become very strong and they would be doing their work honestly by only and only studying the European literature, because the other one had failed in doing so. So if they would become morally strong, how would it benefit the Britishers? They would get civil servants to work for them with all commitment, the sense of duty, honesty towards the job. They thought that by teaching them the European way of doing work, they would develop the Indian way. They would negate the damage which had been done all these years on the people over there, because the morality was not there at all. So they would become morally strong. So this was another thing that European literature had to be taught to develop the morality of the people. Now, what happened is, the impact of this particular system was, how did it bring it into, how did the Woods Dispatch, how was the Woods Dispatch brought into applicability is the question. Now, to bring it into applicability, universities were set up at different places. Like the major cities then were the Chennai, Bombay and Madras, Calcutta and Bombay. These three places, universities were set up. Now, universities decide better when you see, like we have RDVV over here, Rani Durgavati University. The place where I come from, Hyderabad, has got Usmania universities. There are many universities throughout India. Now, each university has a basic curriculum to be taught. They have their own examination pattern to be conducted. Their assessment pattern is different, and their centers are different. They have affiliations, though they're centralized as a one, and they are controlled by the education department. But universities have their own style of developing their own, promoting their own way of teaching a subject. They decide their own books which are to be used. They decide their own topics which are to be taught, but it's all correlated. So universities were set up over here in accordance to the Woods Dispatch's demand. Okay, and then education was brought about. In education, a change was brought about in schools also. In schools also, the education changed a lot, because the schools were, I would say, running in a half-assed way. As I said earlier also, when you talk about Indian education, you would think about only and only Gurukul system, age old, where the children used to go to the Guru's house and then stay there, serve him and work for him, and then at the end of at the discretion of the Guru's they would be imparted knowledge, and when they would finish off their education, they could go back to their homes. So big lifespan of theirs would be spent with the Guru. But now this was about to undergo a very, very drastic change.